Before I get into the video, I wanted to, well, not ask, but thank you all for helping me get to 52 subscribers. And you might be thinking that's not a big number at all, but to me, it's a pretty big number because I've only been doing this for 6 months, doing all the Pokemon stuff and making videos and everything. Um, but I wanted to thank you guys because, it's been such a fun ride making all these videos for a lot of people, and it's been such a good experience. I've learned a lot of things. I've met a lot of new people, um, and it's just been such an awesome experience to have. I wanted to thank all of my close friends. I'll name up like a few of them. Little Mac, TFFM, also known as They Finally Found Me, Mike Dunn, 878, and Dreamers Yuki, because they're all cool pals of mine, and I've met them, and they've been just close friends that have been helping me and, supporting me since forever, or since I started. And also to MTG Xerxes, because he's been also a big help. Um, he's a cool dude, and I gotta thank him for the support he gave me, because he offered me to post a video up to his channel, and you don't get a chance like that too often. But yeah, I just had to say that because in my previous video, if you watch till the end of the TCGO match, I've only said like, hey, thanks for the 50 subs, and I just said bye. So I wanted to give you guys more, more thanks for the stuff you've given. And yeah, that's all I had to say. That's like 2 minutes, 2 minutes and a half already, but it's fine. I also want to give shout outs to Mike Dunn 878 and Pokemon Never Die, because Pokemon Never Die, he requested the Umbreon, and I love taking requests, and you should leave one too. Also to Mike Dunn 878 for giving me the basic foundations for his offensive Umbreon set, because I felt like using a different kind of Umbreon, like not a defensive one, because you've seen those like a lot of times, and he like threw me off with that offensive Umbreon, so people will get thrown off by it too. So I sent in Umbreon because I wanted to heal Shaman up from sleeping status, and I just go into Umbreon because he can take pretty much any hit, because natural bulk and stuff. So he goes for Leech Seed, predicting my switch, and he goes for Hidden Power something. Well, it was super effective on my Shaman, so it could be Ice or Fire, or even something weird like Flying or Bug. But I take him out with a payback since I'm slower, or I went second. That'll be doing double damage plus stab, so that'll be a very nice KO. I go for the Sucker Punch on Heracross, and because I didn't want anything else to take a close combat, and I was fine with Umbreon being death fodder, but it did its job. It killed off a Shaman. I do like offensive Umbreons. I'll try to use it again. So he switches out because he's locked into close combat, and I would just assume, because there's been a lot of choice Heracross running around in UU, and you gotta make your assumptions. So he goes into his Bronzor, and he Toxics me while I go for the Wish, because I wanted to pass a Wish off to something else. I don't remember at the time or like right now, because I've had this match sitting on iMovie for a while and I pretty much forgot it. So he switches into his Weavile, and that thing is gonna take a lot of damage from Air Slash, and you know, an unevied Togekiss does a lot to Weavile. So that's why he went into Weavile. He wanted to break the Reflect, I think, with his Brick Break, and I guess he did just that. But he could have just waited 5 turns. I don't see why you wouldn't want to wait for 5 turns. He sacked his Weavile, so that's a big threat. Big threat out of there. So he goes into his Mew. I'm going to go into my Registeel because Registeel can take a ton of hits. Such a bulky poke. And he goes for the Vault Switch, so I'm kind of thinking he's choiced because I see Vault Switched, and you know, he could be Specs or Scarf because Vault Switch. I guess you can run Vault Switch on a mix set or something. So he goes back into his Heracross. I really wanted to live this not counter. I really wanted to hit the close combat, not hit, take the close combat and counter with counter, because counter is cool on a Registeel. But I bet it's cooler on a Regirock because more defenses. So I go into my Choice Banded Hustle Delibird, and I'm just gonna go for an Aerial Ace while he goes into his Quillfish and gets an Intimidate. So I'm technically at neutral attack. I went for Ice Shard, and that does nothing because resisted hit. And he goes back into his Mew. I go for another Ice Shard just to see what he was going to go into. And it really doesn't do anything to Mew. And I miss another one, which really sucks. So he's just going to Vault Switch out of there. But since he killed off Delibird, I am going to be able to get Switch Advantage. Switch Advantage over whatever he wants to bring in. So he brings in his Bronzor, and I kind of have nothing for it, but Togekiss can stall, kind of, because it has the Wish. Or I can Flinch Hacks him to death, but then that'll take a while. I've noticed throughout this whole battle that Bronzor can't do anything unless he can Toxic things, and then he can just confuse things, and that's all it can do. I never knew what his 4th move was because it was Stealth Rocks, Toxic, Confuse Ray, and that's all I've seen. So I have no idea what else he's running. But I snap out of confusion, go for the Reflect, and the reason why I set up Reflect was for the Heracross, and I couldn't do anything anyway, so that's why as well, because I had nothing else to do. I do get my Wish back, or I do get the Wish and get myself back up to half after Toxic, and then I just switch out because I don't want Toxic, taking away more of my HP. So I go into Shaman because it has Natural Cure, and Natural Cure, I can switch out and heal myself off of Paralysis. So he goes into his Quillfish just to take a hit, I guess. Or no, we made a double switch, my bad. I go for an Earth Power here, and I don't know why he stayed in. He could have easily went into his Bronzor to take the hit, because I think that thing gets Levitate. So he goes into his Mew, and I can stay in here. I think I do stay in here. And he goes for a Trick, so that means my hits won't be hitting as hard because I don't have the Life Orb, but then I'm fast. I'm super fast. So I'm going to be able to 2-hit KO his Mew. He does go into his Bronzor to avoid the hit, but then I'm also going to be able to be faster than his Heracross. Um, he has a scarf on his Mew, so I kind of think that his Heracross is banded. Unless he wants to run 2 scarf pokes, then fine with him. But either way, even if his Heracross was choiced, I would still be outspeeding with a choice Shaman. So I go into my Chinchino because it is, well, it can do something to, well, no, actually, it can't do anything to Bronzor because resisted hit, but then it has Skill Link, which does a lot to his Bronzor after 5 hits, so that means it'll be taking it out in 2 turns, so that means like 10 hits or something. Or, never mind, I'm wrong, it'll take 11 hits to KO him, which kind of sucks because I'm gonna be confused, and I've just noticed that this video is a pretty long video. So yeah, if you like, you know, listening to me for 12 minutes, you can leave a like or something. So I go into my Togekiss, just I guess I wanted to avoid being confused and then get confusion cured off of my Chinchino, so I can be ready for his Heracross. So he is going to die to an Air Slash because I stay in, and there's no need to go for a Wish because I know my Shaman can take Heracross down pretty easily since it is now going to be able to outspeed him. I live on 10 HP after Toxic, and I do hit myself in Confusion, which is, you know, whatever. So he's going for Confuse Ray, so I guess he doesn't have an attack at all. So I go into Chinchino to go for a U-turn, and I just kill it off. And of course, my last poke is Shaman, and his last poke, well, not last one, but I have Shaman, and he has Heracross, so that means his Heracross is gonna die to a Earth Power, because, yeah, or he runs. So yeah, aloha guys, peace.